Are you tired of feeling stuck while life keeps moving? Nothing in your life will change until you take command of your own mind. Fix yourself internally and everything else falls into place. Fail and nothing ever improves. Imagine this. Two people fail an important exam. One blames the system and gives up. The other studies, adjusts, and comes back stronger. Same failure. One stays stuck, one becomes unstoppable. The difference? Discipline, focus, mastery of self. Niccolo Machiavelli long ago recognized that those who cannot master themselves will always be ruled by circumstance, by others, and by their own weaknesses. True power belongs only to those who govern themselves first. Not luck, not society, not the past you. In this video, we will see 10 rules to take control of your mind, your habits, and your life. Let's begin. Rule 1. Stop bargaining with your weakness. One of the biggest traps people fall into when trying to change their lives is bargaining with their own weaknesses. They say things like, just one more hour of sleep won't matter, or I'll start healthy habits tomorrow, or even I'll reach out to that toxic person just one more time. But each time you give in to weakness, you let it win, bit by bit. Over time, these small compromises shape the person you become. Think about this. The strongest, most disciplined version of yourself isn't hidden somewhere deep inside. It's buried beneath years of comfort, excuses, and letting emotions control your actions. You can't grow into that person if you fold at every moment of boredom, loneliness, or discomfort. As Machiavelli profoundly observed, anyone who refuses to face their inner weaknesses is doomed to be controlled by them. The most powerful people are not the ones without weakness. They are the ones ruthless enough to master it. So ask yourself, when your alarm rings, do you rise like a warrior or let emotions keep you in bed? When anxiety hits, do you face it head-on or distract yourself? When temptation calls, do you stand your ground or give in just once more? Here's the brutal truth. You'll never truly fix your life if you keep making deals with your weakness. Strength demands sacrifice. Discipline demands sacrifice. Every delay, every compromise is a betrayal of your future self. Next time you feel the urge to hit snooze, send that message, or waste your day, don't negotiate. Shut it down. Choose strength over comfort, because that's how warriors are forged, one action at a time. No matter where you've been, no matter how many times you've fallen, the moment you stop negotiating with weakness is the moment real transformation begins. If you're ready, declare it now. I choose strength. Rule 2. Master your emotional response. Picture two people hearing the exact same insult. One shakes it off as if it means nothing, while the other carries it in their chest for days, maybe weeks. Why? Because it is not the insult that wounds us. It is how we choose to respond. The traffic jam, the breakup, the rude comment, the failure, they are just events. What shapes your life is the story you tell yourself about those moments. Too many live as emotional slaves, letting every trigger hijack their peace. They hand control of their mood to strangers, online comments, or circumstances beyond their control. But here is the truth. While you cannot control the world, you can control your response. That difference is everything. Every time you snap, spiral into overthinking, or let events throw you off balance, you surrender your power. Even worse, you become predictable, easy to manipulate. That is not strength, it is submission. As Machiavelli observed, power arises from deliberate control of the self rather than impulsive response. When you feel triggered, pause. Take a breath. Step back mentally. Ask, what can I control here? If nothing outside yourself is in your power, the fight lies within separate facts from emotions. Someone says something rude, that is a fact. Feeling not good enough is a story you have chosen to believe. Training your mind to see clearly, without emotional fog, strengthens your defenses. This is not passivity. It is being unshakable, responding with calm, deliberate power. It is taking responsibility for your moves, no matter how unfair life appears. Those who master their reactions become formidable. They do not crumble under pressure. They choose their moves wisely and live on their terms. If mastering your mind feels like strength, start today. Words only wound if you allow them. Actions only define you if you let them. Own your reactions. Choose them like a warrior. Deliberate, sharp, grounded. Because the one who controls their reactions owns their life. Drop this affirmation in the comments if you're ready. My peace is mine. Rule 3. Choose challenge over ease. Most people already know what must be done to improve their lives. Wake earlier, cut distractions, end toxic relationships, speak up, exercise, study, stay consistent. Knowledge exists, but action rarely follows. Why? Because the demanding path feels heavy. It tests patience, willpower, and resolve. Most wait for a spark, motivation, or perfect conditions, but life rewards those who act despite resistance. The difference between weakness and strength lies in confronting challenges directly. Discipline is not a feeling. It is a deliberate choice to move forward even when the mind hesitates. Every time you rise when your body begs to stay, every conversation you face despite fear, every task you tackle while doubting yourself, you confront obstacles and train your mind to persist. You are building resilience in real time. Consider the gym, the study session, the confrontation you fear. Each moment of resistance is a small victory. Every time you push through difficulty, you send a signal to your mind. Strength comes from action, not waiting for ease. Waiting for inspiration is surrendering to chance. Acting when it is hard is mastery. Machiavelli observed that those who act decisively, even in the bitterest moments, command power that others cannot touch. Real mastery is earned through effort, through persistence in the face of opposition. The hard tasks, the ones you keep avoiding, carry the keys to your transformation. The question is not whether you feel motivated, it is whether you will act anyway. Lean into the challenge repeatedly. Let discipline carve your life into the form you desire. Every difficult step today makes tomorrow lighter, sharper, and unstoppable. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I conquer challenges. Rule 4. Protect your focus from distraction. We live in a world constantly demanding your attention. Notifications, messages, headlines, endless opinions. Everything fights for a piece of your mind. No wonder you feel anxious, scattered, and disconnected. Here is a harsh truth. You cannot fix your life if your focus is fractured. Being everywhere means you are nowhere. The most powerful people aren't distracted. They know where their attention goes, and they protect it ruthlessly because they understand it is their most valuable resource. Focus isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters most and giving it your full, undivided energy. According to Machiavelli's strategic insight, those who wield lasting influence focus their attention sharply, like a blade striking with precision. The weak, however, scatter themselves and accomplish nothing. Examine your daily routines. How often are you truly present in work or conversation? How many hours vanish in meaningless scrolling or background noise? This isn't laziness. It's a subtle form of surrender, addiction to distraction, and the easy escape of busyness. The world will always try to steal your mind, but you decide what is worth your energy. Reclaim your focus. Cut the digital noise. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Set boundaries for social media. Use your phone as a tool, not a leash. Create sacred blocks of time for deep, focused work. No distractions, no multitasking. Even a single hour a day can sharpen clarity and productivity. Train your mind to be present. Pay attention to simple acts, eating, walking, reading, with full awareness. Each moment you fully show up strengthens your mental muscles. Distractions will always come. Noise will never stop. But a focused mind is unstoppable. Choosing where your attention goes is choosing the life you will lead. Drop this affirmation in the comments if you're ready. I control my focus. Rule 5. Break free from approval seeking. It's mind-blowing how often we care more about what others think than what we believe about ourselves. We all want to grow, become stronger, and unstoppable. But then we hesitate. We self-doubt. Why? Because we fear judgment, rejection, or looking weird. We wait for permission from others before taking our next step. Here's a truth no one likes to admit. The world isn't waiting to cheer you on, and you don't need anyone's approval to move forward. Waiting for validation keeps you stuck. It holds you back from becoming who you're meant to be. In fact, the more you grow, the more resistance you'll face, not just from strangers, but often from those closest to you. Your progress highlights their comfort zones, your discipline mocks their laziness, and your confidence unsettles their security. They might doubt you, mock you, or try to pull you back to what's familiar. Machiavelli made clear that individuals dependent on others' approval are vulnerable to manipulation and control. True power comes from acting decisively, guided by your own principles, not by the fear of judgment, but you don't live to please others. Growth isn't about popularity, it's about truth and integrity. If you're afraid of standing alone, misunderstood, or looking foolish, you'll never rise. You'll stay silent and small, just to fit in. The moment you stop needing approval is the moment real power starts. You stop waiting, you stop explaining, you start building. You evolve on your own terms, so what if others laugh or don't understand your choices? They're not your audience. Your journey is yours alone. Greatness is often a lonely path, but it's the most honest and freeing one. If you're ready to stop playing small, drop this affirmation in the comments. I don't need approval. Rule 6. Use silence as strategic power. In today's world, everyone wants to be heard, but very few are willing to listen. Everyone tries to appear wise, yet few take the time to actually become wise. This endless noise of words and opinions creates shallow lives and wasted energy. But real power lies in silence. Speaking less doesn't mean weakness. In fact, it's the opposite. When you speak less, you listen more, learn faster, and respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. You hold your energy instead of leaking it. Controlling your words means mastering yourself. Not every thought needs to be shared, not every opinion needs to be defended, and not every insult demands a reply. The more you talk, the more you reveal your fears, insecurities, and plans. Silence keeps others guessing. It becomes your strength. Being silent doesn't mean being passive. It means presence that is intentional and calculated. Let your actions say more than your words ever could. Silence shields your energy from pointless battles and protects your dignity from emotional outbursts. It hides your strategy so the wrong people can't exploit it. Machiavelli emphasized the power of measured speech. Those who speak less reveal less and gain more. Those who act with quiet precision always hold the advantage over the reckless. How do you start mastering silence? Begin by waiting before replying. Don't feel pressured to respond instantly to every message or insult. Get comfortable with being misunderstood or unknown. You don't owe anyone an explanation for who you are or what you're building. Focus on becoming powerful, not performing or impressing. Others may seek attention with noise and performance, but you move quietly with purpose. Let your silence unsettle the insecure, speak for your strength, and become your ultimate superpower. Drop this affirmation in the comments if you're ready to master your words. My silence is my strength. Rule 7. Take full ownership of your mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, everyone falls short at times. Regret and failure are universal, but the difference between a life shattered by setbacks and one rebuilt through growth lies in how you handle your mistakes. Do you face them head-on like a warrior or flee like a coward? Most people choose to flee. They blame others, make excuses, or hide the truth behind distractions and denial. But true strength comes from brutal honesty with yourself and with reality. Owning your mistakes isn't about drowning in guilt or shame. It's about summoning the courage to say, yes, I failed, but I will rise stronger. Think about the moments you wasted in toxic relationships, betrayed your values, procrastinated, or sabotaged your progress. Own those moments, not as shame, but as proof that you've lived, struggled, and learned. Perfection is the enemy of growth. Trying to appear flawless only keeps you trapped. Machiavelli recognized the value of self-awareness. Those who deny their failures are weak, while those who confront them gain the clarity and power to act decisively. Radical self-honesty, the kind that makes you flinch but fuels transformation, is essential. You cannot fix your life if you keep rewriting your past to make it comfortable. Stand in the fire of truth and take full responsibility, not just for where you've been, but for who you choose to become now. No more stories, no more lies, no more avoiding the mirror. Own every part of your journey and rise with purpose. Drop this affirmation in the comments if you're ready to face your truth. I own my mistakes. Rule 8. Learn from discomfort, don't escape it. Discomfort is often cast as an enemy, a feeling to escape whenever it shows up. But what if that pain, that awkwardness, that struggle is actually your greatest teacher? The moments that hurt, the failures, the delays, the rejection, they are not punishments or signs you're failing. They are lessons designed to prepare you for what stands ahead. Most people run as fast as they can from discomfort. They drown themselves in noise, food, social media, or distractions of any kind just to numb the pain. They panic, overthink, and break down under pressure. But what they don't realize is real growth lives right on the other side of that discomfort, waiting patiently for the brave to show up. Consider your muscles during intense exercise. They don't get stronger without small tears and strain. The mind is no different. Strength isn't built by avoiding pain or retreating from difficulty. It's forged through pushing through it, learning from it, and growing stronger because of it. Machiavelli knew that hardship tempers strength. Those who embrace challenges gain the clarity, resilience, and power to act decisively. Avoiding difficulty leaves you weak, untested, and at the mercy of circumstance. So the next time discomfort appears, don't run away. Ask yourself, what is this moment trying to teach me? How is this challenge shaping the person I'm becoming? Because it's never punishment, it's preparation. Each hard moment you endure today becomes the foundation for your resilience tomorrow. You won't find lasting peace by chasing comfort or avoiding struggles. True peace comes from becoming strong despite those hardships, developing character, courage, and unshakable resolve. This mindset isn't about feeling good at every moment. It's about becoming capable of weathering any storm. When discomfort shows its face, sit with it, embrace it. Let it become your most powerful teacher. You'll discover a new freedom when you stop fearing pain. Instead, you harness it to become unstoppable. If you're ready to stop running and start growing, drop this affirmation in the comments. Discomfort is my teacher. Rule 9, let discipline lead, not motivation. Let me ask you a hard question. Are you truly free, or are you simply driven by emotions? Most people fail to see this. Freedom does not come from doing what you want. Freedom comes from doing what you must, especially when you don't want to. That is discipline. It is what separates the weak from the strong, the dreamers from the doers, the talkers from the builders. Motivation is fleeting. It is emotional. It is a high, and like all highs, it fades. Discipline, however, is a system. Discipline shows up even when you don't feel like it. Discipline gets you out of bed when motivation whispers, sleep in. Discipline forces you to show up even on bad days. The most successful people train their minds to ignore useless emotions. They build routines, values, and habits not based on how they feel, but on who they want to become. Machiavelli recognized this truth. Those who rely on inspiration alone are weak, but those who act through disciplined strategy command power and respect. Some of the greatest leaders still showed up, grieving, tired, under pressure. They did not wait for perfect feelings. They acted. Duty outweighed desire. If you want to fix yourself, stop chasing motivation hacks. Develop daily discipline. Wake up at the same time. Move your body. Control your diet. Learn daily. Focus. Meditate. Reflect. It is boring. It is repetitive. It is not glamorous, but it works. And it builds character. You won't feel like it every day. That is irrelevant. Show up anyway. Discipline carries you when motivation disappears. When you master discipline, you no longer rely on inspiration. You become the kind of person who moves forward regardless of circumstance. That is power. That is self-respect. That is freedom. Drop this affirmation in the comments if you're ready. Discipline guides me. Rule 10. Align your actions with your values. It's easy to think, it's easy to imagine. It's easy to dream about being better, stronger, wiser, but none of that changes your life. What changes your life is action. Not random action, but action that aligns with your values and goals. Many people live two lives. One in their mind, a world full of clarity, goals, and strategy. The other in reality, a world full of excuses, distractions, and contradictions. They say they want peace but complain and gossip. They say they want growth but procrastinate. They say they want change but keep living the same way. Here's the hard truth. It doesn't matter what you know. It matters what you do. All the motivation, quotes, and wisdom mean nothing if your actions do not match your words. Machiavelli's teachings reminds us that knowledge without aligned action is powerless. Those who act consistently with their principles achieve influence and respect, while those who hesitate are controlled by circumstance. If you want to fix your life, stop performing and start embodying. Stop pretending and start proving. You know what needs to be done right now. Do it if you say you value discipline. Practice it daily. If you say you want focus, demonstrate it through your choices. Alignment means living true to your values, even when it is difficult or inconvenient. It brings peace, self-respect, and power. When your actions and beliefs line up, you become unstoppable. From this moment on, when confusion strikes, ask yourself, what would the strongest version of me do right now? Then do that, even if it's uncomfortable or unpopular. Let your life speak louder than your words. Let your consistency replace your need for approval. Let your quiet strength make you untouchable. Drop this affirmation in the comments if you're ready to live in alignment. I live my truth. Now you fix yourself with ruthless clarity. Like this video, not for applause, but because you demand unstoppable transformation. Declare your commitment to mastering your mind and life. Share this only with those unwilling to remain weak. Subscribe now and join the relentless few who turn unyielding truths into raw power. This isn't growth. This is domination.